Hi, welcome to your strategy room. In this video, we're going to take a look at our revenue generators from our fight against entropy point of view. So first, let's take a look at the functions of our revenue generators, namely our products and services. They have multiple functions. One of the first functions it does, it helps us generate sales and bring money over to our organization. And at the same time, they have another extremely crucial function, which is they contribute to the fight against entropy of our target market and, more importantly, our end users. I know I have mentioned in my previous videos, but our end users and our customers may or may not be the same group of people. So it's crucial to make that distinction when we talk about our revenue generators because our customers, they go through a different decision-making process than our end users do. And when it comes to the revenue flow of our value chain, they may not necessarily be in line with each other as far as our organization is concerned. So making that distinction between our end users and our customers is extremely important because it allows us to understand and spec our revenue generators. So for example, if you are a retail store, a clothing store, our decision makers, which is our target customers, and the end users are typically the same. So in other words, having those two group of people, we can observe what kind of motivation, quote unquote, the fight against entropy that they have. And then it's very easy to track it. However, on the other hand, if you're a manufacturing company where our customer is a B2B and our end users can be consumer or completely irrelevant group of people, separating our target customer from our end users becomes extremely crucial because both groups of people, they're not sharing the same motivations. And when it comes to our products and services, we have to write the specifications for our engineering team so that when the marketing and sales involved, we can position our products and services in such a way that would resonate and address the fight against entropy of these two group of people. Once we separate the fight against entropy of these two key stakeholders, the next step is to figure out what are the shared battlegrounds that they engage in and what are the mutually exclusive battlegrounds that they're engaging in. That helps us with our internally driving our internal parameters within our own organization for developing and designing our products and services and then turn them into effective revenue generators for ourselves. In other words, you can think our revenue generators like the bridge between our organization's fight against entropy and then the other end of the bridge is our end users fight against entropy and then our customers fight against entropy. Same or different. So let's give some very specific examples. Let's think about Home Depot. As a homeowner, you may go to Home Depot and look for products primarily. But if you really go into the details of why you need those products in the first place, is because you're solving a very specific problem. You're fixing your faucet, you're fixing the roof, or you're building a new shed. Whatever the case might be, what you are doing is creating a project in the short term that needs your usable and compact energy levels. And I don't mean budgetary here because we made that distinction in my previous videos. When we talk about the fight against entropy, we're primarily talking about the energy usage. So in other words, by automatically, you are looking for ways to optimize your the usage of useful and compact energy. So in other words, when you go to Home Depot, when you look around, you're automatically looking for what's the easiest, what's the convenient, what's the shortest way of solving this problem. And you are picking your products accordingly. At that point, just like I explained previously, the products and services are bridge. Our real motivation is at that point is to come up with a solution. In other words, Home Depot is not selling us a product, they are selling us a solution, because we can go to Ace Hardware next door and find a product that could actually reduce the amount of efforts that I will be providing on that specific project, maybe 10%, 20%. I find it a lot easier, and that can change my motivation and direction for a different solution with a different product. So at that point, it's not necessarily about the product. It's about the solution that I'm going to need with my own fight against entropy, which in this case, either maintaining or forming something else that is valuable. It could be shed, it could be fixing a faucet, fixing a roof, or building a brand new house. Whatever the case might be, this product and service is integrating with my own fight against entropy. So from strategy point of view, Home Depot, when they choose their inventory, when they bring these products from their suppliers, they have to take my fight against entropy into consideration. Because if they offer a product, a solution that is not giving me the best optimal way of spending my own energy, my own kinetic energy in this point, then it's going to impact their inventory levels, and it's going to impact their own fight against entropy. It's a very subtle and very unusual way of looking at our products and services as our revenue generators. So it's not just about putting it together and putting in the market and let's see what happens. If we change our perspective and how we look at our target market and our end users, we can actually be extremely smart about this, which means that we can be a lot more strategic with our product positioning, our service positioning, that can help with the fight against entropy of all of the stakeholders. I know it's a completely new perspective on the revenue generators. Ask me any questions if you have any. Drop comments. Make sure to subscribe, and so you don't miss my other videos, because I'm going to continue to talk about these concepts going forward. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to join the community, ask questions, make comments, and get involved. And look forward for my next video.